Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, welcome to the live draw for the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020. To set the stage for today's main event, here is a special message from the AFC General Secretary.
Participating member associations, football fans, members of the media, dear friends, these are indeed unprecedented times for everyone around the world. The COVID-19 pandemic is a defining health crisis of our time and the greatest challenge we have to ever face as a global community. Football, as with all major sporting events, has been greatly impacted by this crisis. And we recognize that the absence of football has taken a toll on all of you. I know everyone is eager for football to return. We know that many of you, our passionate fans of Asian football, have missed the unscripted drama and excitement that only football can bring. Members of the media are craving to describe the great comebacks and inspiring performances. And our players and teams are longing to return to the pitch, to compete against the best, and to entertain and excite their fans. Let's not forget our youth, whose passion for the game goes beyond the pitch. So many of whom have been keeping busy indoors with their classes online, spending their free time on their devices and virtual football, while waiting anxiously for the live action to return. Today, as we gather virtually, many have described as a new normal, we focus on you, our future generation. Slowly but surely, the sporting world is in the process of restarting. Today's draws for the Under-16, Under-19 Championship is another step towards our long-awaited reunion. But we must always remember the health and well-being of everyone must continue to remain our absolute priority. The road to resuming football requires everyone to do their part, to remain alert, vigilant, and ensure that all of us follow the guidelines put in place by the health experts and your local governments. There is still a long road ahead of us, and we will need to make some adjustments as we adapt to this new normal. In many ways, the reasons we love football and the values we learn from the game can be applied in helping us navigate this challenging time. The values of teamwork, discipline, resilience, and perseverance are all essential in ensuring we stage a successful comeback. We have said many times before, Asian football is the home to the world's largest stadium, and 2/3 of the world's young people are in Asia. The Under-16 Championship and the Under-19 Championships in Bahrain and Uzbekistan are about youth. They will once again set the perfect stage for Asian stars of tomorrow to showcase their undeniable promise and talent. Ahmad Khalil, Shinji Kagawa, Son Heung-min, and Kaveh Reza are global stars today. But for all of them, their journey to worldwide stardom began here in the AFC's age group competitions. I have no doubt that we will witness two captivating tournaments. On behalf of the AFC President, I would like to thank our hosts, the Bahrain Football Association and the Uzbekistan Football Association, for their incredible efforts in preparing for the tournaments, especially in these unprecedented times. And to all the fans and competing teams, you have been patient, and thanks to your continued efforts and the support, we have stood strong throughout this pandemic. I know you are raring for football to return, and as excited as we all are, just as in football, one momentary lapse will jeopardize our hard work and delay the much anticipated return. So we must continue to move forward with care, to break the chain and follow the guidelines. I wish all the teams the very best of luck in today's draw, and to everyone, please continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay active. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the final draw of the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020, coming to you live from here at the AFC House in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. My name is Jung Hwan Won, and I'll be taking you through today's highly anticipated draw. Similar to the under-16 draw just held hours ago due to the COVID-19 global pandemic, today's event will be held behind closed doors to ensure safety and well-being of all the members who are involved in the competition. Now, to set the stage for today's draw, let's first take a look at this special video showcasing the teams who will compete for their continental glory in Uzbekistan. Last edition in Indonesia broke several attendance and digital engagement records. Now it's time for us to shift the attention to Uzbekistan, who promises to provide the perfect stage for Asia's rising stars. The AFC's youth competitions are indeed a world-class stage for Asia's rising stars to shine. And I know we're all anxious to wait and for the main event to begin. But before, let's take a look at this video highlighting how it all works with this draw mechanics video.
AFC U19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020 Draw Mechanism. 16 teams will participate in the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020. They will be divided equally into 4 groups. Host Association. As the host association, Uzbekistan has automatically qualified for the competition. The following 11 member associations have qualified for the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020 by virtue of finishing as group winners from the qualifiers competition in their respective groups. The following 4 member associations have qualified for the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020 by virtue of finishing as second best placed teams from the qualifiers competition among all groups according to the criteria stated in the competition regulations. Ranking of teams. Uzbekistan shall be placed as top seeding country as a host of the competition and followed by team ranking of AFC Under-19 Championship Indonesia 2018. Mode of competition. The 16 teams will be divided equally into 4 groups, and each group shall play a 1-round league, where each team in the group shall play 1 match against every other team. The top 2 teams in each group, 8 teams in total, will qualify to the knockout stage, quarterfinals, where the winners will qualify for the semi-finals before the final 2 teams compete for the coveted prize. The top 4 ranked teams of the championship shall qualify to the FIFA U20 World Cup Indonesia 2021. In the event that Indonesia finished among top 4 teams of the championship, there will be additional playoff matches, 3 matches in total, organized among the 4 losing teams of the quarterfinals to determine the 5th placed team that will qualify into the FIFA U20 World Cup Indonesia 2021. Draw principles. There will be 4 country pots, Pot 1, Pot 2, Pot 3 and Pot 4. The teams shall be placed in Pot 1 to Pot 4 according to their rankings. Pot number of country pots represents the position that the teams shall be placed in the group. Teams from Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2 and Pot 1 shall be placed in positions 4, 3, 2 and 1 respectively in each group. The first, second, third and fourth ball drawn from each country pot shall be placed in groups A, B, C and D respectively. Draw mechanics. The draw will proceed in the following sequence: Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2, Pot 1. Pot 4. The first, second, third and fourth balls drawn shall be placed into positions A4, B4, C4 and D4 respectively. The same procedure applies for Pot 3 and 2. Pot 1. Uzbekistan shall be drawn first and placed in A1 as the host of the competition, with the second, third and fourth balls placed in positions B1, C1 and D1. This shall conclude the final draw for the AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020.
Now we're all clear how it's going to work. To conduct the draw, let me introduce today's draw conductor, AFC's Director of Competitions and Football Events, Mr. Shin Man-gil.
Thank you. Participating member associations and football families, respectful Asian football fans, and members of media, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon. I welcome everyone to online draw today for AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020. The draw today is something special for us. We have stopped all AFC football matches in March, and since then, there has been a negative speculation that AFC may not be able to play any matches in 2020. As of today, the weather in football is yet to be sky blue, but at least we can see the light at the end of the tunnel from a distance, with many of our MAs having started their domestic league matches since May, or at least they are making good plans to play football in coming weeks. From the draw today, we are not far away from bringing football back to all of us, and until then, AFC will make best effort to shorten that waiting time for everyone. Now, without further delay, let me start the draw from pot 4 as explained by draw video. In pot 4, we have 4 countries, that is Islamic Republic of Iran, and Yemen, and Bahrain, and Laos. The first country from this pot will go to A4. That is Islamic Republic of Iran, the 4 times champion back in 70s, and they have won all the matches in the qualifications. Next country that will be going to B4. That is Bahrain, runner-up in 1986 and host of Under-19 Championship in 2016. And the next country going to C4, that is Laos. The first time appearance since 2004 on the Under-19 Championship. And the next country that will be in D4 is Yemen. Last participation in final championship of Under-19 was in 2016. Pot 3, where we have Malaysia, Iraq, Vietnam, and Cambodia. And the first country from this pot 3 will join in group A3, play against Iran in a group stage matches. The first country, Cambodia. This competition is first time participation for Cambodia in this Under-19 Championship final since 1974. And the next country, joining Bahrain in B3, that is Iraq, 5 times champion in Under-19 Championship, and last time they won in 2000. The next one, C3, that is Vietnam, semi-finalist in AFC Under-19 Championship in 2016. Last country in pot 3, joining Yemen in group D in position 3 is Malaysia. 3 times runner-up in AFC Under-19 Championship history, and also Malaysia has won all the matches in the qualification. Okay, moving to pot 2, we have also 4 countries in this pot 2, that is Japan, Tajikistan, Australia, and Indonesia. This country will join Cambodia and Iran as A2, and later will be joined by host Uzbekistan. This country is Indonesia. Indonesia was a champion in 1961 and host of AFC, or host of FIFA Under-20 World Cup in 2021. Okay, next country will be in B2, joining Iraq and Bahrain. That is Japan. Champion of this competition in 2016, which was played in Bahrain. The next country joining Vietnam and Laos, that is Australia. Australia was runner-up in 2010 AFC Under-19 Championship. The last country in pot 4 is supposed to be Tajikistan, joining Malaysia and Yemen in D2, that is Tajikistan. Tajikistan has won all the matches from qualifications. The last pot of the draw today, where we have host Uzbekistan and Saudi Arabia and Korea Republic and Qatar. As explained by the video, we have put Uzbekistan into different color ball to identify it as a host to be placed in A1. Now the host country, Uzbekistan, A1. Uzbekistan was runner-up of this competition in 2008. Next country will join Japan, Iraq, and Bahrain as B1, which is Korea Republic. 12 times champion in this competition and runner-up in FIFA Under-20 World Cup, Poland 2019. Group C, 1. This country will go to Group C as position 1, joining Australia, Vietnam, and Laos. That is Saudi Arabia, defending champion of AFC Under-19 Championship. The last country of the day in this draw, joining Tajikistan, Malaysia, and Yemen as Group D1, that is Qatar. Qatar was champion in 2014 AFC Under-19 Championship. This concludes the draw for AFC Under-19 Championship Uzbekistan 2020. I wish you all the best for the participating teams, and I will see you in Uzbekistan. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Shin. Let me recap the draw results. On Group A, we have our host nation, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, Cambodia, and Islamic Republic of Iran. On Group B, we have Korea Republic, Japan, Iraq, and Bahrain. On Group C, we have Saudi Arabia, Australia, Vietnam, and Laos. Finally, on Group D, we have Qatar, Tajikistan, Malaysia, and Yemen. Thank you all, and all the best to the participating teams in Uzbekistan later this year. May the matches continue to showcase the passion for football in Asia and be played in the spirit of fair play. See you in Uzbekistan in October. Until then, bye-bye.